Hi guys and girls, and today we're gonna talk about activism and activists, and we're gonna view some of these activists doing dumb things and making dumb arguments and stuff like that. And today we're gonna talk about my opinion and stuff like that. My opinion might vary from your opinion, and my opinion might not be like I've not done a fucking ground down research on everything, but as far as my knowledge goes, as far as I've read, as far as I have information and knowledge, I'm gonna give my opinion based on that. And let's move on with the video and let's talk about these activists. This is a multiple part series because I did different kind of activists doing different dumb stuff, and when like I've seen this one in particular right now, so I'm going to talk about this particular activist. And today the activists that I'm going to talk about are vegan activists in general. So let's start off with the video. First, let me just introduce you to the activist. Her name is Tats Per Peterson. She is, I think, from Australia. And this is a description. Why should you be vegan? And there's a link. Veganism is an ethical view against slavery, rape, torture, abuse, and murder of non-human animals. So, I mean, technically, humans are animals. So, like, okay, non-human animals is like. So, does apes consider as non-human animals? Because apes are technically the same species. Like the chimpanzee is as smart, almost as smart as Indian, like not Indian size, humans. So, like apes and humans are like in the same species line, right? So does it count as animals? Anyways, slavery. Uh, Technically, if you're owning a pet, is it slavery? I mean, you're not doing telling him to do like home chores and stuff like that. You're just like adopting him and keeping him as a family. Even if like people say that, oh, you're buying a dog. Yes, I like if I paid for a dog, I understand that you could be counting as slavery, but it's not like I'm torturing that person or like making him doing house chores. I'm like I'm feeding him. I'm giving good care. I'm like taking him to walk or something. He's attached to me, and that's what pets are for. I've never heard someone raping their own pet or maybe an animal before eating them. That's disgusting. That's an inhuman thing, and nobody should do it. And that doesn't count as like veganism is not protecting against rape. It's just a psychological thing. Obviously, you cannot have sex with animals. That's a very like any human being with two cells will know that they should not have sex with animals, and raping them is not good. And that's not counting. Like fighting against rape is not veganism. It's normal, common human ethical fight. Like you cannot rape anyone, like whether it's human, non-human. And first of all, you should not have sex with animal that you're eating or petting in the first place. Anyways, torture. Obviously, you should not like torture animals. Obviously, but I don't think. I mean, torture I can understand to some extent because like a lot of places, a lot of industries, especially if you're going to a dairy industry or if you're going through breeding industry, they can be torturous, and I understand that. And that's completely something that to be fight like to be like that's completely a thing that you should fight for. Like health and protection of animals is a thing that should be essential. Okay, murder of non-human animals, to some extent I can understand that because see this earth or whoever created this earth had a cycle. You you live, you die, and that cycle has another cycle to it where non like there's carnivores, herbivores, parasites, insects, whatever that is, and plants. So there should be a cycle of what each role should play. The people that eat meat are carnivores. People that don't eat meat are herbivores. That's just basic human common sense for people who have read science, I guess. So if there's not a proper balance of people who consume meat and people who don't consume meat, it will damage the ecosystem anyways. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit first. Just let's read this stuff and let's go over with this stuff first. Okay. Flesh, meat, dairy, eggs, honey, skin, leather. Obviously, I don't support like like skinning some animal off just for the leather purposes. I mean, if an animal is dead, like he died recently, I can understand you want technically you could legally or like mentally or like I would say morally you could skin him and you can just create products from him if he's already like dying or something. I mean he's about to die, so you can utilize that, and that's called proper optimization of resources, I guess, in that way. Wool. I mean, like it's like, bro, why you're shaving your beard, right? You if you don't properly shave like the wool of whatever sheep or whatever animal you're sheep like, taking the fur out of, they're gonna have excess of everything, and that's gonna create diseases and the sheeps and whatever that is. If you don't proper fur like trim their coats, it's not gonna be healthy. And that's the thing. I mean, I understand like for the industry, for the wool industry, they just like completely rip the wool off and it's like they are completely skinny and they're shivering in cold, and that's kind of wrong, I guess, in some capacity. But like trimming, proper trimming and utilizing that excess of wool to create products is, I guess, okay in some capacity, obviously, but industry won't practice that. Industry would just like exploit that, and I can understand if you're fighting for that, but that doesn't count as veganism in my perspective. That's just common like like common sense or like moral ethics that humans should have. Down feathers. Okay, I mean, if a bird is shedding feathers, why cannot you collect the feathers and make something out of it? I mean, if it's useful. Scales, I mean, for snakes, I guess that's, I guess if it's dead already or is about to die, I guess you can just skin him or like kill him and skin him because he's about to die anyway in painful death anyways. About killing also, like people say, oh, you're gonna eat him, killing animal, bro. Either he's gonna be killed by human being, which is being like a painless death, or he's gonna be mauled by a fucking wild animal. Which one will you prefer as a person or animal? Probably get killed instantly and be utilized to eat some shit, or be mauled by a wild animal and being played by a wild animal for like 10 minutes and then get killed, then getting painful death. I don't understand what's this all about, but okay. Okay, fur down, scales, skin, non-human animal breeding, pets, captivity, zoos and aquariums, entertainment, circuses, racing, houses and horses and greyhounds. What's a greyhound? First of all, I've never heard of a greyhound. I've heard literally of a greyhound. Wait, they have races for dogs? They have races for dogs? People race dogs? What the fuck? Testing beauty products. Who tests beauty products on animals? Who the fucking Christ? Like, do you test beauty products on fucking chimpanzees or shit like that? What the fuck? Industries are exploitative, abusive, and unethical. I mean, yeah, in this capacity, I can understand. Like, they are just like mass killing fucking animals and breeding them. I guess in that capacity, yes, you're right. But like, if you don't control the like their breeding and they're killing, I mean, in that capacity, if you don't control the populace of an animal, it can kill the ecosystem and it can harm the environment itself as well. Like if there are too many herbivores, cows fucking running on the wild on this forest and eating all the grass or whatever that is grown on like other grasses, like I don't know every species of grass, but if all the grass is grown, the soil will become infertile and weak, and then the trees will start to fall because they won't have be protected by strong roots, so the soil will become infertile and become sand later on, probably in some and we'll probably have Mars 2.0 over here on Earth anyways. So speciesism equals racism equals sexism, all forms of oppression and violence. See, you have to understand each animal or each human being has a everything in this world has a role. If if like it's like you're gonna ask an animal and like a lion, hey lion, Why you eating other animals and not eating your own lion homies? I mean, lion probably eats his own, like not his own cub, but other lions' cubs. So if you're gonna ask a lion why you eating this, for him, everything that's not his part of his family is part of the food chain. For every horse or whatever the vegetarian eater is, he doesn't discriminate between wild grass and home brew grass. Okay, he will eat every fucking grass that he sees. There's nothing as speciesism or racism. They are this part. They are, for him them that's the thing that's like that feels like grass and looks like grass is grass. It's like grass itself. They're not doing speciesism racism. They're not thinking like that. That's not how it works. And for speciesism in human beings, obviously, you're not gonna kill your pet dog and eat it when it's getting old, right? That's like mere like more most common moral human sense. If you're doing that, you need therapy for that. But like as humans are being the smartest species, or they consider themselves smartest species on the planet, they divide categories for animals for various purposes. See, the humans were the first to reach this stage of evolution, and with evolution, we learned to utilize and to coexist with animals, and we do a mutual favor to them. See, if we're providing you, if we're providing herbivorous animals such as cows, food and shelter, to protect them from other wild animals. We're gonna use them in some way or capacity. We are protecting them from fucking wild dogs. We are protecting them from wolves. We are protecting them from lions. If humans didn't exist in this planet, all the fucking animals would be killing themselves and fighting against each other for the survival anyways. We are just providing them with like we are providing cows with protection against other wild animals, and we are utilizing them for milk. And to give you a brief introduction, like brief about what milk is all about, all cross-produced milk once they are delivered their calves, and 10 months till 10 months they're producing milk. So basically, it gradually decreases substantially, but they're gonna produce milk anyways. They're gonna have excess of milk anyways. That calf is not gonna drink the whole milk, fucking one fucking milliton of milk all on its own. That milk is just being sent to other people who are gonna drink milk. That's the reason in Hinduism the cow is worshipped, because they provide us with milk and they provide us with like sustainability, like a product that that helps us in sustaining life and gives us nutrients in the way. That's the reason the cows are worshipped in many other cultures also, in even in Hinduism and other cultures as well. Then in some I think in Christianity lambs are worshipped. I think lambs and sheep are worshipped because they provide us with wolves. And in the older times, wool was considered as a protective fur for us in winter and cold harsh environments. So we are just utilizing the stuff that nature has provided to us, and like whoever has created this earth has provided to us with substance to survive on this planet, and we are just utilizing it and categorizing it and stuff. Dogs are used as companion, cats are used as companion. Even the Egyptians worship cats because they are considered as a I think the symbol of something. I'm not sure what exactly it was because I've not like done total research on Egyptians, but each animal has been categorized based on its utility. Chickens gives eggs. You can kill chicken, you can eat the chicken. A chicken is a species which can multiply in a huge amount. And if we don't stop this, they're gonna eat all the fucking grains in the world and you won't have anything to survive on, neither will be the other animals. Because chicken as a species grows in an abundance. Even if you leave them in the wild, they're gonna grow in abundance. For us, we protect the chicken from other harmful animals such as vultures, or maybe the eagles, the wild dogs, any other carnivorous animal that's gonna eat them up, and we utilize them for eggs, and sometimes we also consume them, which is pretty normal because they produced in such an abundance. Yeah, you can classify them as murder, but at the end of the day, if you see a mosquito in a house, you're not gonna stay there wait for it to give you malaria, right? You're gonna kill them. So technically, you're killing a mosquito also to protect yourself. That's also murder, right? How is that self-defense? And what are you gonna argue about that? That's kind of controversial shit. But coming back to the non-human treatment of non-human animals, which he says non-human animals, but let's just say animals, because obviously no, we are smart enough to know that we will not consider human as animals, but non-human animals. Yeah, it's true that in a lot of industries, such as the wool industry or the milk industry, all the animals are exploited, and I wish there should be more laws to protect these animals from these exploitations. And that's true in some regard. Even breeding is an exploited industry where a lot of dogs are breeded to produce offsprings that are more in demand, such as a mixture of, I think, husky, shih tzu, and stuff like that. There's a lot of other various combinations. I'm not going to into too detail into the breeding stuff because I don't know much about breeding, but there's a lot of industries where the animals are exploited, and that's true. Even in the transportation industry, horses and donkeys were used to carry a lot of stuff as well, but now it's been reduced for a while. See, there's no speciesism on what animal we kill and stuff like that. It's just that compared to other animals, chickens are more like produce, or like they give birth and they breed in abundance. That's why we consume a lot of chickens. There's nothing racist to chicken. We are not gonna eat a pigeon because obviously pigeons are delivery birds according to our old like customs, because we used pigeons and eagles to deliver like messages and stuff like that through over a long time, because they had this those directional senses and stuff like that. But it's like we understood the fundamentals of ecosystem, and we kill and we hunt stuff that could either be a threat to us, or as a way to balance the ecosystem and to play our role in the ecosystem as a carnivore or as a herbivore. See, you can be a vegan and you can preach your veganism and stuff like that. You could say that yes, uh I want to practice veganism, and that's completely fine. I get it. You don't want to eat meat, you don't want to kill the animals, you're afraid of killing animals, you're afraid of eating non-vegetarian food. I get it. It's up to you. I'm not gonna stop you from veganism, but you need to understand the vegetables that you are gonna produce, the stuff that you wanna like consume, are harmful in two ways: to you and to the ecosystem. You don't know what chemicals and what substances are used to make these alternative mediums of like soy milk, whether it's soy milk, almond milk. The chemicals that are used to make these taste the same as the original substance are harmful for your body if consumed in abundance, and do not provide the exact nutrition value as the original substance did. Second of all, it's harmful. Like first of all, the vegetables that are produced with chemicals and pesticides are even more harmful, because they try to increase the like the appeal of the vegetables, and that's also a problem in the vegetarian industry. Third of all, to create an mass amount of vegetables to feed people that are vegetarian, you have to grow a lot of vegetables, and for that you have to clear more forest to create for land to crop, like to cultivate those kind of vegetables. So in some weird sense, you're killing trees. You either murder trees, you either murder animals, or you can create a balance between both and live a peaceful happy life. And I understand that animal breeding, captivity, and exploitation of any industry where animals are involved is wrong, and there should be laws to protect and prevent these kind of exploitations. But at the same time, there are some things that not come under veganism. First of all, whether you're vegan or not, you're not obviously going to rape your animals. As she said, raping of animals, raping of anyone, whether human, non-human, is wrong. Consent is a very big thing, and as an animal they cannot give consent, so having sex with an animal is morally, legally, and in every fucking capacity wrong. S- Keeping a pet is not slavery. You're not using your dog to deliver mails, and even if you're using a pigeon to do mails, you are petting the pigeon, you're providing him food and giving him some responsibility. It's a trade-off, it's not slavery. Abuse and murder, it's a questionable thing. You can argue on it for a long time, but That's my opinion on veganism and these vegan so-called activists slash influencers. And there's one more thing that I wanted to say, and I just recorded it after recording the video, and I got that thing into my mind right now. What about the animals that attack human beings? What about the animals that attack other animals? Should they deserve to be like having a penalty for that? Because animals kills animals too. Like rats kills rats. Like what if your pet rat is killed by your boyfriend's cat? Will the boyfriend be sued? Will the cat will be responsible? What happens to that cat? Is this the natural habit? Like it's just a natural food cycle, right? What if someone else's cat eats someone else's fish? What's gonna happen then? Is there proper law for that? Or what if you are traveling some hill forest and you're mauled by a bear or a tiger or a snow leopard or some shit like that? Are those animals equally responsible for killing human beings? Do you know how many deaths happen from animals? Let me just do a Google search. Every so according to Google, 1 million people are killed by mosquitoes per year. 50,000 are killed by snakes per year. 3,500 people are killed by dogs per year. 10,000 people are killed by snakes per year. 1,000 deaths are by crocodiles per year and 500 by hippopotamuses per year. So are these animals equally responsible to kill human beings per year as humans are? That's also a topic to debate, and please think about it and let me know in the comment section below. Let's move on with the video. That's me, Rishabh Dhanuka. And if you like my video, press the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're really interested in watching these videos. I just make my opinions, and I understand if you don't agree with my opinions, you can hit the dislike button. If you agree with me, hit that like button, and we'll meet soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.